Hi, this is John Separano. In our last session, I talked to you about the stages of life that people go through and their opportunity for planning and at their different stages of life, what they should be looking at and determine what options are best for them. The guidance comes in talking about in your 60s about when and if you should be applying for Medicare. It depends on whether you're working or not, but you do have to apply for it by age 65. In order to avoid any penalties unless you still are working. During your 60s, you also have to make some major decisions. You have to decide whether or not you should be taking Social Security at an earlier part of the 60s or wait until the 70s. For most of our clients that have done well in life and have enough resources, we recommend that they wait until their 70s unless they have a health issue. In making the decision on when to take Social Security, what you have to know is by postponing it or waiting until as far out as 70 years old, which is currently the law, you're able to increase your benefits by 8% per year. And in doing so, you'll need to probably pull money from your other investments. If you have money in your IRAs, you have money in brokerage accounts, or you have monies in Roths, we will look and see where the best place to pull it from. The reason for doing that, depending on whether it was inherited or not, or if you accumulated it, is going to depend on what types of capital gains you have. When making these decisions, we're looking at not the short term, just in the next year or so, but over the next 5 to 10 years. Because what we're concerned about is what your tax bracket is going to be for the rest of your life after you have to start taking Social Security at 70. And if you have money in retirement accounts, we're going to have to worry about how much that required minimum distribution is going to be when you hit 73, unless you've already started. Between 65 and 70, it could happen even earlier, depending on when you retire, we may even consider doing Roth conversions. If we can do the Roth conversions, taking money out of your IRAs and putting them into Roths between 65 and 70, before the other sources of income start showing up on your tax return, such as your Social Security and your required minimum distributions 3 years later at 73, then we'll be able to smooth out your taxes and keep them lower for the rest of your life. Philanthropically, we're going to look and see what type of planning you want to do now for giving money away before you have these increases and thereafter in your 70s, which we'll talk about in the next session. While you're under your 70s, you may want to consider a donor advised fund, especially if there's a major taxable event that's happening before you hit age 70 or 73. We're going to follow up with these in our next session about intentionally speaking about philanthropic opportunities and the benefits and the advanced topics that may apply to you.